Anime is known for having all sorts of crazy-looking characters. From girls with cute pink hair to guys with mohawks and everything in between. But we tend to forget the ones with no hair at all. And these are often some of the craziest people in any series. Well, in their honor, here's a fun list of the best and brightest bald anime characters. Their personalities and charisma will make you truly appreciate the bald way of life. One. Bob, Fairy Tail. If you're a young mage in the Blue Pegasus Guild, then you've most probably run into Bob and seen his creepy flirtatious ways. He's the founder and the guild master of the Blue Pegasus Guild. Bob, for an unknown reason, likes to dress as a woman and be feminine in nature, but oh, he's got wings. If you're not interested, then you'd better watch out. He can literally come flying right at you. 2. Principal Shinoname, Nichiju. What would be your reaction if you saw your old principal wrestling viciously with a deer in the schoolyard? You'd be pretty shocked, right? All this principal is known for among his students are his obsolete jokes and bad puns. He's insecure about his bald head, and it would turn out his little hair is actually a toupee. For some reason he gets paranoiac when vice principal tries to take his job. Think you know why? 3. Yutaka Takenouchi, Cromartie High School. Named after a famous Japanese actor, this big high schooler is considered among his friends to be reliable and to be their strongest fighter. They found him so smart to be able to score 60 out of 100 in one of his tests. That says a lot about them. Motion sickness is the Yutaka's only weakness. The poor guy always sits in the back with his usual scary facial expression, trying to hide his sickness. Motion sickness is the reason why he's in such an idiotic school. He enrolled there because it was the closest school to his house. Well, it brought him more problems. 4. Vito, Ristorante Paradiso. This handsome, hairless waiter in Cassette Dell'Orso easily attracts women with his charming smile and huge muscles. His motto is "You can't decline a good-looking woman." What is really weird is that he's married to a younger girl in college. And surprisingly, she doesn't mind his lifestyle. Women are essential to Vito, but his wife is special and always comes on top above anyone else. The two met at a gym and later discovered they were both exercise freaks. Aren't they just an adorable fitness couple? Especially for a chrome dome, I suppose. 5. Dino, Banana Fish. This big mafia boss in New York City adopted Ash Lynx and raised and used him to make his mafia business more successful. Dino is absolutely obsessed with Ash both on a sexual and personal level and wants this wildcat to submit so badly that he would have preferred to kill him himself if he hadn't. Dino is intelligent, has manners, and treats his subordinates well. But he loves power, knows he has it, and he isn't afraid to use it. Dino loved Ash so much, spoiler alert, that in the end he seemed to be able to shoot him, but he didn't, leading to, well, you'll have to watch the series to find out. 6. Kamaji, Spirited Away. Have you happened to become friends with someone you'd hated in the past? Because that was the case between Kamaji and Chihiro. Kamaji wasn't willing to help her and seemed hostile, but they ended up working well together and helping each other with lots of different problems. Like a spider, this man has 8 arms that let him reach the top cabinet in his workplace without even leaving his seat. Kamaji has a strong memory about the herb cabinet. He eats, sleeps, and does pretty much anything in his workplace. 7. Dutch, Black Lagoon. Claiming to be a former United States Marine who served in the Vietnam War, this man escaped to Thailand and worked as a mercenary. But he doesn't seem to like fights or trouble and avoids them when he can. He initiates orders and talks to his client to run the business. Dutch is so enthusiastic that he's willing to finish his missions, even if finishing them is against his morals. But he's usually friendly, easygoing, and exceptionally pragmatic. Most of the time, Dutch can certainly keep his hair on. 8. Yasushi Takagi, Nana. Who would have thought that the most selfless, caring person is hiding behind those scary black sunglasses? You'll always feel to occasionally see Yasu without his sunglasses. Yasu's love for music made him give up being a paralegal to be a drummer in a punk band. He earned it to be jokingly called Baldy because in the past he had a full head of hair, but he chose to shave it off. He possesses maturity and thoughtfulness, and he doesn't speak much. But when he does, everyone listens. Yasu's formal, neat, menacing-like look distinguishes him from the rest of the band members. He literally doesn't have a hair out of place. 9. Andrew Gilbert Mills, Sword Art Online. It's hard to believe someone loves money so much, is so generous that he uses all of his money to level up mid-level players and players on lower floors. His friends and others are obviously a priority, and he shows concern to them. He'd help his friends no matter what. You can always count on a Gil on the battlefield. He's a smart, reliable, and efficient leader. Probably one of the more fun bold characters in SAO. 10. Keith Shadis, Attack on Titan. You'd hate your life if you were trained by Keith Shadis, the head instructor of the 104th Cadet Corps. His frightening nature leaves recruits too scared to misbehave when he's around. His deep voice alone is enough to scare anyone. Keith considered himself special and smart, and he always looked down on others. He felt like he had the best ideas, but not for long. He was finally humiliated by his failures, and he began to realize that he was not chosen and admitted that he's not the right man for the job. He then stepped down from his position, making room for someone that was better than him. 11. Incognito, Hellsing. Both Alucard and Incognito were out for blood when they first met. Incognito is a brutal true vampire who created the freak chip that makes impure vampires. He's so powerful that he's a deserving rival to Alucard. Spoiler alert. In their fight, killing Incognito was like trying to get blood from a stone. Incognito asked his rival to show him his true identity before his death. He got what he wanted, but then he got brutally skewered by Alucard. Well, rest in peace, I guess. 12. Pixis, Attack on Titan. Since he's an eccentric drunken man who once actually said he wouldn't mind being eaten by a beautiful Titan woman, it's hard to tell that Pixis is far-sighted, orderly, and wise. But if it weren't for him, Kitz Wileman would have given orders to fire on Eren. But Pixis had a strong belief that Eren's Titan form could successfully seal the hole in Walrose, which would be a step in saving humankind. The success of this crazy plan just shows how calm this man can be and how he can make the right decisions in the midst of a total chaos. 13. Jet Black, Cowboy Bebop. Being the oldest member of Bebop crew means that Jet Black is seen as a father figure among them, which he hates. He prefers to be seen as a young man. Don't be fooled by his gruffness and rude attitude, he's actually such a good-hearted and thoughtful guy. He may try to hide his emotions, but he always acts based on his affection, fidelity, and concern for his companions. He considers them his family. Jet Black, of all the crew, is the one that makes all the right decisions. He's a perfect example of a good leader and a good friend. I bet you wish he were yours. 14. Alexis Louis Armstrong, Fullmetal Alchemist. Although Alexis Louis Armstrong has a single strand of blonde hair hanging from his forehead, we'll consider him bald for the sake of this video. Alexis can only flex his huge muscles to tear his blue military garments apart and show off his terrifying, well-sculpted physique. Apart from that, this intimidating muscle man with his tough-looking walrus mustache is so harmless and sympathetic, especially with innocents and children, which he often cries out of sympathy for them. And though it might cause more harm than good, he'll always try to help his friend Edward in battle. 15. Hanzo, Hunter x Hunter. What happens when you don't break strict ninja training for 18 years? You become a member of a prince's bodyguard, of course. That was the case with Hanzo. He's strong and dependable, but he's very gullible, and he just talks so much. His anger and cocky behavior often get in his way to being professional, but he's proven to be a fit, reliable, cold-hearted ninja. Now don't be quick to judge Hanzo. Everyone has a good side, right? 16. Ikaku Madarame, Bleach. Behind these scary red scars on his eyes, there's actually a noble opponent who sees the battlefield as a fun game. Whether he wins or loses, it's about the honor he gets from it, and he's not winning until he kills his rival in a fair one-on-one fight. But his duty to finish him properly, he really is a Spartan warrior. Ikaku is self-conscious about his reflective bold scalp. And sometimes says it's shaven. He gets angry and threatens anyone who points his baldness out. Would you dare do that? 17. Master Roshi, Dragon Ball. We do not learn martial arts to pick fights, perverted and powerful, the best words to describe this man that's over 300 years old. Thanks to him, Son Goku became the popular hero he is today. Though he's short and thin he can turn into a big furious old man with huge muscles when he's serious, and he's got signature destructive technique that can vaporize a whole mountain. 18. Genryusai Yamamoto, Bleach. No Shinigami was born to rival me in strength, said Yamamoto, who served as captain commander of the Gatei 13 for 8,000 years, yeah, that's 1,000 with 3 zeros. Old, expert, strong and sage, Yamamoto was highly respected by Shinigami, but when faced with rebellion and betrayal, He gets angry and intolerant. He's calm and usually does not turn a hair in situations, he responds by opening one or both of his eyes. You'd be lucky if you came out of a fight with this old muscular badass alive. 19. Krillin, Dragon Ball. Krillin was a monk competing against Goku to be Roshi's apprentice. He proved to be cleverer than Goku in some situations, and he often did by bending the rules. Krillin never had any true family or friends, but he and Goku became best friends after a while. He's a comic relief in the chaotic fantasy world of Dragon Ball. This iconic character is one of the most relatable people and well-known bald anime characters even by non-fans. He's insightful, quick to anger, forgiving, but he has a strong sense of honor. Krillin is a fighter when he needs to be one. But like many of us, he just wants to sit back and enjoy life. 20. Saitama, One Punch Man. Imagine losing your precious short black hair to your hardcore daily workout routine of 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10 kilometers run. At first glance, Saitama may not seem like a basic hard-looking superhero. But looks can be deceptive. Saitama has simple harmless features and a sluggish posture that really won't make you take him seriously. Yet when someone gets in his hair, he's a completely different person with sharp, well-built muscles, a serious facial expression, and fierce, focused eyes. This surprises his enemies, and in a matter of seconds he knocks them out with his devastating one punch. Certainly my pick for number 1 and a truly memorable character in the shaved-headed anime friends.